Hello, Frozies! McFrozen Nuggets here, coming to you with another video, and today I am finally doing a review on my new-ish 2021 LEGO Star Wars X-Wing Starfighter. Now, if you've been around since early 2021, just before my channel got taken down for stupid reasons by YouTube, you will know that I actually reviewed my previous X-Wing from 2006, right before all that shit happened. Now, I was planning on doing other LEGO Star Wars sets, like the Follow First Battle Pack, which I did review earlier this year for my birthday. And I also did just recently review fairly recently review the newer TIE Fighter that came out last year. And now I'm finally getting around to doing this, which again, really happy about. Really, I absolutely love and adore this X-Wing, even more now, actually, after I obviously modified it. First, let's take a look at the box and the instruction manual, as I forgot to show the instruction manual in my TIE Fighter review before I eventually realized that I forgot. And then we'll get on to the actual set and minifigures. And here is the box. Obviously, you got the white greebling on the top that's been there since 2019 through 2022. We got Darth Vader in the top right corner for the original 6-film Skywalker Saga line. This is ages 9+, or I guess you could also technically say 9 to 14. It's set number 75301, Luke Skywalker's X-Wing Fighter. 474 pieces and retails $49.99. First X-Wing that's cost $50 since 2006. Because the X-Wing came out before that, the 4502 X-Wing was actually $50 as well. But that one had 563 pieces, and you got Yoda's hut as well. And I actually do have the 2018 Yoda's hut, so I could actually kind of compare this with that set for a more up-to-date version of the 2004 X-Wing. So that's actually kind of cool. I see the dismay of a lot of Star Wars fans. Disney logo in the bottom left corner. I'm not going to tell you the reasons why. I'm kind of indifferent on it at this point. We got the 4 minifigures in the bottom right corner. We got Luke Skywalker sporting the actual size reference. Bottom with all the legal jargon, as RC Cars 5 would call it. Side box art. Now, before I get into the actual artwork on the back of the box, something that I actually kind of noticed, and this actually very new for me personally, we actually got these thumb tabs on here on a $50 set, which I've actually never seen those outside of on bigger sets outside of the battle packs in the US. I know they actually did them overseas and a few times, but never in the US, which is actually kind of interesting. Obviously, we got the X-Wing actually landed on Yavin 4. You can actually see some other X-Wings in the background. Some of the figures just kind of walking around, just relaxing. And then we got some of the features, like the opening cockpit, spring-loaded shooters, the button to fold the wings into attack position, and obviously you can put R2D2 in the back. And it says play in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, as it was supposed to come out in spring of 2021. Before that, it was supposed to come out in fall of 2020, which is interesting. And we're back to the front because I forgot to mention it. We got a really nice graphic of Luke's X-Wing going through the Death Star Trench, obviously, and A New Hope. And we also got a few TIE Fighters chasing it down. And something that I actually kind of noticed, this is the same on the 2018 X-Wing. Those are actually the TIE Fighters as they appeared in Star Wars Rebels, as opposed to the live-action style, which is also really interesting. So in a sense, Star Wars Rebels is actually still kind of making an impact, even all these years later. And it's becoming even more apparent with the Ahsoka series coming out next year. Next year. And that's supposed to be a direct sequel to Star Wars Rebels, in a sense. Praise be Dave Filoni that he possibly uses the World Between Worlds to retcon the Disney trilogy. Yes, I'm still holding on to that. Deal with it, some of you black pillars. Just kidding, just kidding. You have the right to your own opinions. Anyway, let's take a look. Actually, before I forget, one instruction booklet, which I'll actually, since I actually still have it out, even after all this time, I'll grab the instruction booklet for the 2006 X-Wing. Not just for a comparison of differences between the actual sets, but also for the size. Here's the 2006 one. Here's the 2021 booklet. Huge difference right there. Huge difference. And obviously right there, you can see the distinct differences between the two. Again, 2006, 2021. And you can see right here, those are the live-action style TIE fighters and chasing this X-Wing. Whereas here, those are the Star Wars Rebels style TIE fighters chasing the X-Wing. Yeah, you can clearly see the differences there. Obviously, this was when Lucasfilm was kind of its own company, and this is obviously when Disney acquired it. So yeah, now let's get on to the actual set, as the box has now been knocked over by the two instruction booklets. Now obviously, as I mentioned earlier, this is actually my modified version of the X-Wing, and one of the landing gear just kind of collapsed. Yeah, that's actually one of the features I added to this. And I'm actually going to be doing this review kind of similarly to how the Scoundrels Cantina actually reviews their LEGO Star Wars sets and modifications, which, shout out to them, they are damn good LEGO Star Wars YouTube reviewers. And they also help out a lot with what's been going on with Disney, Star Wars, and whatnot. But yeah, first off, let's take a look at the main figures, and then we'll get on to the actual set. To quote Ryan, aka M&R Productions, if you have him once, you've had him 1,000 times. R2D2 showing up for his 21st consecutive year in LEGO Star Wars history, and obviously he's showing up in his 22nd consecutive year this year for 2022. Yeah, obviously nothing new about him. And man, my camera just always wants to focus on the background. Come on. Come on, man. There we go. That's a little better. It's the back, no back printing on him. And yeah, much like, and actually also something like similar to what Ross said in his review of the Anakin's Jedi Starfighter from 2018. I really wish they would change this light to red to be, instead of being a light pink. It just doesn't really do it for me. It just kind of feels really devoid of color. That's actually kind of what I did with my own personal custom R2D2, kind of painted that light red. I might paint the light back here in either yellow or green, kind of match his appearance in the movies a little more. But yeah, there's your R2D2, and obviously he fits right back here as usual. So yeah, that's R2D2. Now let's take a look at the next. And obviously the next figure is the man himself, the legend, the OG Chosen One himself, Luke Skywalker. Now this is obviously a huge upgrade from my 2006 Luke Skywalker figure, as this has a, excuse my language, a shitload more detail on his torso and legs, and especially the helmet and the face. See right there? And obviously he does come with his father's blue lightsaber, Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber. As you can see right there. Now I did paint it up to look a little more like Anakin's. And something else too, he has white gloves on here, whereas as you can kind of see on the box, he has black hands, which is inaccurate to the movies. So I just simply swapped the black hands out for some white hands to be a little more movie accurate. There's the back. Now as you can probably tell, he does have a double-sided face. Side with the visor down. And man, why does my camera keep wanting to focus on the background? Come on. And here's the other side with the visor up, and he has a little bit more chipper expression. And by the way, chipper means really, really excited and whatnot. Little word girl lesson for you, right? For some of you right there. So yeah, that is your Luke Skywalker, and come on, Cameron, come on, Cameron, work with me, will ya? Jeez. And let's take a look at the next two figures, which are actually some of my personal favorites, just saying how hard they are to get. Next up is Princess Leia Organa, and this design actually is really hard to get, and the reason why is because this variation with the dress piece on the bottom only came in the $200 Tantive Ford that came out in 2019 for the 20th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars, and she even came with the silver blaster here, which I have obviously really, really like. And this is actually the first time I've ever gotten a Episode 4 version of Leia, and this is actually what made me super excited for the 45th anniversary of the saga, and especially Episode 4. Because now I have all the main characters from Star Wars Episode 4 New Hope in modern LEGO Star Wars in form. Which, again, just absolutely awesome. Obviously I have C-3PO and R2D2, who are pretty much the same throughout the entire saga, except for Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones for 3PO. I have Han Solo from New Hope, from the Microfighter Falcon, Obi-Wan Old Ben from the 2019 Death Star canon, Tatooine Luke from the 2020 Advent Calendar, Darth Vader from the 2020 Final Duel set, and then here's Princess Leia in this set. So yeah, I was super freaking happy when I got this gal. And she actually doesn't come with white legs like she does in Tantive 4. But I actually found a set of white legs for me to interchange with the dress piece so she can walk around a little better and also sit down. Just so it's a little easier to pose her, obviously. And obviously she does have a second face, where she's a little bit more, I guess you could say, battle-ready and determined. And I love this hairpiece. Ever since 2011, when she first appeared in the summer 2011 Millennium Falcon, I've wanted this hairpiece. And 11 years later, I finally got it. Yeah. Now let's look at the last figure, which is actually exclusive to the set, at least current. And that is General Dodonna. This is the first time we've ever gotten this figure, or this character, as a LEGO Star Wars minifigure. He only appeared in Episode 4 at the Battle of Yavin, and, you know, just have a little bit of a refresher. He obviously appeared on Yavin when he presenting the Death Star plans to the Rebellion. Right here. This is from the 2016 Droid Escape Pod set. And talk about how the battle station is heavily shielded, and how the thermal exhaust port has a slight shield, and the shaft is ray shielded, so you have to use proton torpedoes and whatnot. Yeah, the figure itself is actually really, really nice. Comes with a little blaster pistol. Come on, camera. Nice new hairpiece. I think this is the same one they use on Dr. Emmett Brown for the LEGO Dimensions pack. He has a second face when it's a little bit more aggressive or concerned, in a sense. Whereas this one is a lot more timid and calm. So yeah, those are your main figures for Luke Skywalker's X-Wing fighter. Now let's get on to the actual set. And here is the X-Wing itself. As you can see, come on. It is beautiful looking. Absolutely beautiful. Just gonna give you a quick 360 right here. Obviously, let's go over the basic features first. Obviously, cockpit opens, and you can put Luke inside. And he does have a nice chair in there, which I actually made myself. And you actually have kind of two different ways to set him down. You can either use... I'll remove this. You can either use this piece to kind of wedge his legs in and lean him back a little bit. And you can actually do that fairly decently without this in the way. Or you can use the studs, the two studs back here, and try to set him upright, which is a little trickier, but it can actually kind of be done. Oh. And you can close the cockpit just nicely. Obviously you have two spring-loaded shooters, one on each lower wing. And I'll actually fire them in a little bit. You also have this button back here to open the wings into attack position. I'll actually zoom out. There we go. One of the few times that that the zoom out option is actually very useful. You see right there. Now actually kind of zoom back in a little bit and kind of fire one of these. And obviously as they're on the low rings, you can't exactly push down, you have to instead push up. Oh! Accidentally fired one, but it actually just kind of fell into my lap. Trying to shoot at the camera, like I did with the TIE Fighter. Let's see. I got it! Haha! Two for two! Haha! Not bad at all. And obviously you can just put the spring-loaded shooters back in and just as easily. Now I actually kind of get to some of the differences between what you would normally get and the the modifications that I've made. And like I said earlier, I'm actually going to use the instruction booklet as some reference to kind of show you the differences. Oh, that's the TIE Fighter instruction booklet. The XWing original XWing. There we go. I think one of the biggest differences is the engines. They actually have that iconic T shape in the center. You can see, as opposed to this, which there's nothing in there. Then on the top, behind R2, there's a few pieces here to kind of make it look a little bit more like an actual machine. Whereas again, nothing there at all. And R2 actually sits rather high behind the cockpit, whereas here he actually sits fairly low. I just simply took out the two sort of jumper plates in the center, so he sits a little bit lower, though he's a little hard to get out, but it's not really too bad by comparison. And you also got these pieces on right here on the side, so it looks a little bit, I guess you could say, nicer. A lot of these modifications were actually directly inspired by someone on whose video I saw on YouTube. Gonna look this up a little bit. Might cut here for a little bit of time. Got him. Tommy C. Bricks. Right here. This on my original phone. 6 simple LEGO XWing mods you should do. Shout out to him for these ideas. And like I said as well, right there. Scoundrel's Cantina. Exactly what I said I would do. show the modifications in a similar fashion as him. Or them, rather. And the guns on all 4 guns are actually longer, as I took each of the discs right here, and instead of having it on the actual original pieces, I just got like a little flick fire missile piece to put on the end, and then just put it right there, like that. And one of the spring load shooters just shot out again. And now this came out. Yeah, it has happened to me a few times, as I've kind of accidentally knocked this over. And I also got these blue Technic pins on either side, on the top right wing and bottom left wing, to indicate that this is the Red 5 X-Wing fighter. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Luke has an actual seat in the center. I actually kind of looked through the instructions to see where exactly, or a good enough spot to see this. Yeah, like right here. Nothing really too much going on in there. As opposed to the way I did it, to make it look like an actual seat. I also added some pieces right up here to make the computer screen look a little bit more flush with the design. And even added some tiles here, so the cockpit can still close fairly nicely. And obviously I did also raise this a little bit, so again, it'll work a little better. And plus, it actually kind of hides R2 in the back there a little more. Makes him look like he's sitting a little bit lower. And I also made actual retractable landing gear, as originally it wasn't retractable, it was just stuck there. But I made so you can actually fold it up in here and look a little bit more natural. And along with that, I also made foldable landing gear on the bottom here. As you can see, when you fold these in, they go in nicely. Granted, that's not accurate to the movie, but it's the best I could do. And this was not done by Tommy C. Bricks, or this was something I made completely myself. Nice little clip. Not sure if you saw that. This was not done by Tommy C. Bricks. This was completely my own thing. Nice little clip underneath for Anakin's lightsaber. Which is pretty awesome. Obviously, the original X-Wing actually had lightsaber storage on the bottom, so this is kind of a little bit of a callback to that. And obviously the back got the pink cones for the engines, which I also like. So yeah, that's actually kind of it for the 2021 X-Wing Fighter review. Definitely glad to finally review this along with the TIE Fighter. After this, there's only one set left that I really want to review, and that I've actually kind of hyped up, being the Dark Trooper attack set. So hopefully I can get around to doing that. Did the X-Wing and the TIE Fighter today just simply because I had some time and I just wanted to do something other than just watch YouTube and listen to music and just eat. But yeah, as usual, social media links are in the description below. I'll link to my review of the TIE Fighter, as well as Scoundrels at Cantina, excuse me, Ryan's review of this X-Wing. So yeah. And I just accidentally put my finger in front of the camera. I don't know why. I'm trying to hold this up. As usual, love all you Frozies to death, and of course do not forget to keep it rigid, and may the Force be with you.